English three-wheeled van. This is BlueBrixx set 107468. It was released in September 2024 for about 40 euros. This construction block set consists of 1047 pieces, which are compatible to bricks by other building blocks companies like Lego, Mega, Kobe, and so on. A while ago, I showed you this BlueBrixx model here. It's called British Compact Car, but I think it's quite obvious that this is supposed to depict a Mini, like we saw it in the Mr. Bean series. And today, I'm going to show you Mr. Bean's antagonist, the three-wheeled van. Once again, BlueBrixx doesn't have any licenses, so we don't get to know the real name of that vehicle from just looking at the box. But it's very obvious that this is a
Reliant Regal Supervan III,
like seen in the Mr. Bean series. To upgrade the set even a bit, I ordered number plates. Those are custom prints, and I paid about £4 for them. And yeah, to make things even better, I also ordered this Mr. Bean Lego minifigure. This minifigure consists of real Lego pieces, but of course the prints are custom. This is a BlueBrixx special set, so as you can see, it doesn't come with a nicely printed box. We only get this rather boring box here. But I don't care much about the box at all. For me, it's interesting what's inside the box. And now we are going to find out what's in there. There are no different building sections. The pieces come unsorted in unnumbered bags. You can see that each of those bags contains a variation of different pieces. Normally, I always recommend to sort all the bricks by type before you start with the building process, because yeah, this makes the building process itself so much smoother when you don't have to search for an individual brick at each step. But I think with an amount of about 1000 pieces, this isn't really necessary. I'm just going to open all the bags and, yeah, empty them on the table. It's a BlueBrixx special set, so this also means that we do not get any printed building instructions. We have to download a PDF file from the BlueBrixx website. Oh, and by the way, I think I haven't mentioned it before, but the instructions say that the set was designed by Matteo, or better said, this build. BlueBrixx designer Matteo. I think we already have built several other of his sets. Well, I'm going to open all the bags now, and then I will start with step 1-1. Or no, it's only step 1. There is no 1 dash in front of the 1 because we do not have any different building sections. After I have completed the build, or I think as soon as I reach the part where we have to add the number plates, I'm going to add my custom number plates here and not the number plates included in the set, because those are blank. You can see here, for example, there is the back plate, and yeah, it's just empty. And I'm going to place now Mr. Bean on this plate here, and I will put him next to the instructions so he can supervise the building process. By the way, if you wonder where I have purchased this minifigure, it's from minifix.me. Alright, then now it's time to start with the building process. Step 10. This is what we have built so far, and I want to take the opportunity to talk about bricks. the bricks work totally fine, there's no problem with the clutch power at all so far, but not all of these pieces really look nice. So, for example, these 2x2 plates here are absolutely fine. They have got quite perfect injection points, those are barely visible. But when we have a look at these bigger black plates here, for example, you can see that we got huge injection holes, little craters here, and this is just ugly to look at. But I think once the build is complete, we have covered more or less all of the stats, so there shouldn't be too many of those ugly injection holes be visible in the end. We will see. Step 21. In this step we have to use these pieces here, and I don't know if you can see it on camera, but this piece and this piece are supposed to be in different colors, but it's not really visible in the instructions here. This is a piece in metallic, and normally BlueBrixx always marks these metallic pieces with a little star. I think this is supposed to mean that the piece is shiny, but in this case they didn't mark it with a star at all. But yeah, this little skate here only exists in this metallic color in the set. So I guess we have to use this one. And yeah, this piece here, which looks almost the same in the instructions, is in dark bluish gray. And in this set, this is also the only piece of this sort here. And so we have to use the dark bluish gray one. When we have a look at the inventory list at the end of the instructions, there we can see that these are the pieces which are in this metallic color, but all of them come without a star. Step 27. Right now we are building the vehicle's engine, and we are going to use these hoses here for the engine. But let's compare the hose which we got here with the hose in the instructions. So we can see that the hose in the instructions looks shorter than our hose. Here, have a look, there are a few of those segments. We can count the rings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And when we have a look at our hoses here, there are way more of those rings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to place them now where they belong. We have to put them on these pins here. And yeah, then I will see if it fits there or if those things are too big. Well, I think it's no problem to place them there, but all the stuff has to be encased by the bonnet, and I'm not sure if there's enough space. I fear that at some point we have to cut those hoses. Step 28. Yeah, the thing with the hoses just doesn't work properly. I'm going to cut them now. Alright, the hoses are cut, and now everything looks way better. And these are the pieces left over. So you can see that we cut off pieces which are almost as long as the pieces which we have to use. Just one of those rings less. Step 100. Right now we are building the handbrake, and to do so we need one of these tools. The tools come still attached to, this other material here, just like it was molded. And this means we have to remove it from, this whole thing here, like this. And I guess all the other tools are spare. Maybe we will need another one of those, but I doubt that we are going to use all of them. And there are even more tools which we are going to use later. And I guess we are also just using one of each of those tools here. Probably the same, just in bluish gray. We will see. Light bluish gray. We will see. Step 103. I think here's a symbol missing which indicates that we have to turn around the build. So have a look here. Step 102, our build looks like this. And now, you can see that we got these two studs here on a lower level than the other studs. But now the studs on the lower level are on the other side. Here you can see them. So this means we have to turn the build around. Then we can place these things here like this. And now we still got these studs down here left, where we can place this hinge piece. Where is it? Here, that one. Just like this. Step 105. You can see that we need 3 pieces in the step. 2 brackets and one of these hinge plates here. But we can't see where the hinge piece is placed. I think it only can be placed like this, because in another way it should be visible in the instructions, shouldn't it be? If it was placed all to the right or all to the left, I think at least when it was placed all to the right, we could see in this view the side of the hinge piece. I also think that this is the only way it makes sense to place the whole thing. Step 110. We just have completed one of the 2 front seats, and I just want to show you the seat here, because I think once the build is complete we can't have such a good look at it. I think this is the most detailed car seat which I have ever built with construction bricks. Maybe not the seat itself, but have a look here at the whole under construction, at this rack on which the seat sits. This is so cool. Here you can see we got all these things to change the position of the seat. I have never built something like this before. Awesome. Step 115. I was searching way too long for a 4th wheel. I really got angry. I feared that one of the wheels is missing, and I was just wondering, how can such an integral part of the build be missing? That would be so frustrating, until I realized, oh damn, of course, it's just a 3-wheeled vehicle, damn it. Step 188. I like the way how we did the rear bumper here. We have done it with the help of those bars here, and I think it's interesting that it fits so perfectly in here, because those bars are not the same length. The left one has a length of 6.6 L and the right one of 6 L. And combining those 2 bars gives us really the perfect length. That's amazing. Step 197. We are building the wipers right now, and for them we once again are using some of these tools, and as I thought before, it's the same tool, just in another color, in light bluish gray. Step 211. We just have built the windscreen and now it's time to place it on our build like this. The problem is that there's something wrong with the clutch power of the windscreen itself. You can see I have built this little segment here 2 times. Here, and the second one goes here. But this anti-stud here of the windscreen does have almost no clutch power at all. And the problem is that once this segment here is added to our build, this smaller segment here, this black segment, isn't supported from below. There's just air below, and this means it's only held in place by the windscreen from above, and without clutch power this can't really stay in place perfectly. Let's see. If I place it here very carefully, yeah, the stupid thing just dropped. It's no problem on this side, but on this side it fell off. You can see here, there's a gap. I can attach it now after I have added the windscreen to the build, but no, this doesn't work with just one hand. I would try this with 2 hands, but I fear the connection won't be sturdy at all. Alright, with 2 hands I was able to place the little segment here, but I doubt that it will stay in place when I touch accidentally the windscreen again. And you can see we still have to do some stuff here. The build isn't complete. And I'm quite sure that during the building process this thing will keep falling off again. Maybe it's the best way simply to add it once you have completed the build, and after that never touch the windscreen again. It's okay when you touch everything else, but just keep your hands away from the windscreen. Step 226. Time to use our custom number plate instead of the empty one. The custom number plate is a Lego piece, and have a look at this injection point here. It's not a hole, but it's still quite visible for just a point. Here is the non-Lego piece in comparison. The injection point of that plate, tile, is way less visible than the injection point of the Lego tile. Step 233. In this step we once again have to use a hose, and I think once again we have to cut it. It doesn't say so in the instructions, but have a look here at this hose. It's supposed to be 11L long. That equals 8.8 centimeters. And I got this little tool here, which I always use to measure bricks, which is just faster than counting the studs. And here when I put something in there, it is supposed to be 11 long, but you can see it's a bit longer. It's almost 13 long. This means I have to cut off this piece here.
Step 244.
This is the last time that we can have a look at the engine, because now we are going to cover it with the bonnet, and you can see that that it is held in place by quite a few studs, so we won't be able to remove it that easily once we have completed the build. Theoretically, we can have a look under below the bonnet when folding up this little hatch here, but I'm not quite sure if this is done so easily once we have completed the build. And you can see it is a bit fragile. Yeah, maybe we can have a look below the bonnet later. I will try it out.
Step 275.
We are building the car's roof, and two of the pieces we need for that roof are these here. Those are special pieces. I think they were developed by BlueBrixx. I haven't seen them anywhere before, only in several BlueBrixx car models. But the Lego company, for example, doesn't use them. Normally, I'm not a fan of special pieces, that's why I don't build Kobe sets. But I think as long as you use these pieces in several sets, it's fine. So I'm absolutely fine with these pieces here.
Step 277.
Well, in previous steps where I had to use these BlueBrixx own curved corner slopes, I didn't have any problems with the clutch power. But have a look at these pieces here, that's horrible. I tried to attach these 1x1 plates, and yeah, you can see that this is really bad quality. They don't stay in place. This is annoying.
Step 301.
We just have completed the roof. And I found some kind of solution for our loose pieces down here. So I went through all the 1x1 plates which are left until I found two which fit slightly better. I guess they got slightly thicker studs, and because of this they interlock a bit better, but not well either. You can see it's still quite loose, but at least it doesn't fall off that easily.
Step 302. It's terribly difficult to place the roof on our build because these slopes here, these rounded or these curved slopes, keep falling off all the time. But I have a solution for this problem. So first of all, take off all of those slopes, and then, put the roof on the table, turn the vehicle on its head and put it on the roof. And then it's way easier to attach those slopes. You can see that I already have attached two of those slopes, those here in the middle. And now I'm going to attach the slopes which belong to the back of the build. You can see like this. It's just way easier this way. And when you open the doors, you should also be able to place the missing slopes here and also on the other side. Step 310. It's time for the second license plate. We are not using the empty one, but our custom one. Step 320. We have completed the build, and I think Mr. Bean approves it. Our model is really detailed. The shape resembles just the real car. Have a look here, even the emblem is visible. This is a Reliant. It's amazing. The lights are in the correct position, also in the back. The bumpers are just correct, like a real Reliant. The doors come with handles, both on the outside and the inside, and also with these window winders. The other one is there on the other door. We got a steering wheel. Then we got pedals down here. Is this visible? Yeah, here you can see the pedals. Then we also got a handbrake. And we got a gear stick. Up here we got another mirror. Also here on the outside are mirrors. And yeah, even the seats are so detailed that they look as if they are adjustable. This is so cool. I really like this detail here. We can also open the door in the back, like this. And inside, we find a fire extinguisher. Then let's have a look at the build's underside. Let's turn this thing around. I don't want to break it. I'm not sure if I can do this without any problem with just one hand. Yeah, it's possible. And yeah, here you can see that here in the back we got the exhaust pipe, and here is the powertrain. And of course we also get to see the 3 wheels. We also can open the bonnet to have a look inside, but we have to be very careful because the bonnet is quite fragile. That's another thing which is not so easy to do with just one hand. Come on. Yep, there we go. And here you can see why it's so fragile. These corner tiles are just connected with one single stud. And when we have a look inside, we can see, of course, the car's engine.
close it again. Oh, great. I think there's really every detail on this little model here. That's so cool. The only thing which is really missing is the cap, the petrol cap here in the back, and I also think that the wipers just look a bit strange. I don't know why, but I'm not a fan of those wipers. But other than that, this is just a perfect model. Building the set wasn't difficult at all. At least until we reached the step in which we had to marry the roof with the rest of the car. I would say this single step turns the set into a set for experienced builders. Unexperienced builders also might not be familiar with cutting hoses. BlueBrixx really could have somehow indicated better in the instructions that the hoses have to be cut. The one thing that really annoys me about the set is that 3 of the bricks which come with the set come with awful clutch power, and that of all things, these 3 pieces are not supported by other pieces. This is just really, really annoying. Also, the ugly injection points or injection holes of the bricks are annoying, but luckily almost all of those ugly studs are covered. There are only very few studs in general visible, but this stud here and also on the opposite side, the stud here, these 2 studs are the only studs which come with those ugly injection holes which are visible once the build is completed. You can see here also there are 2 studs on the back side, but the injection points there are absolutely fine. This may sound all a bit negative, but actually I had really much fun with the set. The build is not extremely sturdy, but it's not too fragile either. It's not a playset, it's a display set, and for that it's totally fine. This 1-18 model accompanies perfectly all the other BlueBrixx 1-18 cars, especially the Mini